you learn nice and early that bad things happen if Q-tips go deep in your ears and push things deeper, and like that's always sounds horrifying, and I don't want to do it, especially since I had a mosquito get stuck in my ears, and I never want to have that happen again. So I don't like shit in my ears. Get the fuck away from me. I do still use a Q-tip a little bit on the outside, and I kind of like just a little bit inside, just a little bit.
Are you like that guy in There's Something About Mary, where like they reach for his ears and then he just goes batshit crazy and beats the shit out of people because he's like, don't touch my ears.
I've told the story before, but anytime I hear an insect buzz by my ear, I freak out.
Okay,
I've told the story before, like because I had a mosquito crawl inside, get stuck.
I see.
And not get out, and basically, and as it was dying, it was going, and what you're hearing is the buzzing of a bug, except it's happening inside your brain.
Oh, no.
It's happening right inside your brain. It's not happening on your ear. It's not happening outside. It's happening literally inside your head. There's a bug. There's a bug inside your head, and you can't get it out. And everything you tried is not working, and then your family's all trying, and you're rinsing with water, and every time you try to rinse with water, it gets more agitated, so it goes, and
then it tries to crawl up the walls of your ears,
and then it continues to really freak out, and every time you try to interact with it, it gets worse and worse and worse. So then you're calling the ambulance to do something about it.
Yeah.
You ever hear a mosquito buzzing inside your brain, bro? It's not a good time. So yeah, no, don't fuck around with the ears.
No.
And but what I did get was one of those little plastic drills.
Oh yeah, the twist.
Yeah, they there's like Instagram ads for it and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It works. It actually works. I have to say, I got a neti pot and I didn't like. That's for nose stuff or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, okay, there's that stuff. And then there's like an ear candle, and the ear candle's complete bullshit. Okay. That thing's just a lie. Do not waste your fucking time or money on that. But the little drill thing does work.
An ear full of wax.
Yeah. Yep. It just basically drills into the wax and then twists it counterclockwise.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't go further
into
in.
The ridges of the drill.
It comes back out. Exactly. Right. Exactly.
That's cool. I should try that maybe.
Yeah, recommended. And then they sell a bunch of replacement like drill cartridges for it, but that's just a ripoff. You can clean them and use them again.
Are cotton like Q-tips always bad, or can you use it with a proper technique?
They're always bad, but some are worse than others because the cheapest ones that are not Q-tip brand will get softer than others and break off easier.
Okay.
Shitty Q-tips will come off completely, or they'll be rock hard, rigid.
Mm-hmm. And
they'll scrape up your insides. They're always bad. Actual brand Q-tips, like, it feels good, and
it feels so good.
Yes. But that's the problem. And also, like, you also have to kind of know how blocked your ear is to know if you're making it worse by even approaching it.
Yeah.
So when they say don't do it, it's probably because, like, you probably are gonna make it worse.
Yeah.
Now the thing is I've used them deep in my ears from childhood because that's what I learned to do, and I did it for years and never had a problem.
Okay.
But when I found out about the problems, I was like, ooh, that sounds bad. I don't want to do it.
I see.
So thankfully, I never had anything with that.
And what kind of problem can occur aside from like losing or piercing your eardrum or whatever?
Two things. And well, one I did have, but I did like one time I used a cheap quality Q-tip and I was doing it, and then I pulled it out, but the cotton stayed inside.
Okay, that's bad.
And I was like, oh shit. And enough of it was sticking out that I was able to pinch it and just pull it out.
Lucky.
But that moment was fear.
Yeah.
Right? And then second is, even if you pull it out and you're fine, the process of sticking it in to begin with, if you have a thick buildup of wax, you're pushing it deeper into the ear. You're getting some of the outside and pulling that out. But the shit you pushed further in is now way further than it ever was supposed to go.
Okay.
And now you have infections. Now you have shit you can never get out unless you really do, you get a fucking ENT to look at it, or you do a big flush, But the oil basically goes in, changes the consistency so that it gets more liquid-like, and then you pour it out afterwards.
I see.
Yeah. So it feels super good, and that's, but there's a lot of risk to it, and they're not wrong. So I do it. And I do it on the outside, and I go in just a little bit, but like not too far in, just enough to get that little like, ooh, yeah, that's nice. But only after you already kind of have taken most of it out anyways. Like if I drill most of it out, then I'm feeling like, okay, I know I'm not pushing a giant chunk in. Let me go get a Q-tip or so. But if you're starting with the Q-tip, you're risking a lot.